Wow, you're really taking me back now. At that point, telling me stories got the attention of Puffy. So that was a critical, transformation from, you know, being with Down Low and then getting the call from Puff
While you're still at Downloader or when you've left?
when I left.
Okay. Um, Before we get into becoming a hitman, when did you work with Al Green and Phyllis Hyman?
Oh, that was years down the road.
But no,
That was way after working with Down Low Productions. I had created a relationship with Barry Eastman,
okay,
and
but this is before Phyllis passed away. Then that you did some work with her.
actually it was she had already passed away, and Barry called me in to do some co-production work with her.
Oh, on some of her vocals and some of the things that she had recorded before she died.
Yeah, he had the vocals, and I did some. I forgot what. Do you know the name of the record I did?
No, I'm sure somebody's gonna put it in there now because
Thank
that's
you.
why I was wondering, like, wow, how could you have worked with Phyllis? You must be like 10 or so. So I was wondering,
Oh no,
but it
she had already passed on, and yeah.
okay, okay. I'm sure somebody's gonna put it in there. Okay, so
I just
then
I can't think of the name of that record. That's a shame.
yeah, no, it'll pop out. Yeah, and stuff. What about Al Green then? Was this stuff before you joined Bad Boy?
That was after Bad Boy.
Okay, that was after. Okay, okay. So okay, at least we're chronologically now. So you leave. He calls you to and talks about. Look, I heard the stuff you're doing with Bob. Love the stuff. How about joining, becoming a hitman? Um, did you think this is a great idea? Now, as I said, by that time, I'm thinking, had he already come out with Biggie and Craig Mack? Had he already done? Are those records already out?
No, actually, when I got with Puff, he was just leaving Uptown. There was no Bad Boy. I was really one of the first string producers before there was a Bad Boy. Bad Boy came
Oh,
into existence after, you know, not way after, but when he left Uptown, we started. We would all meet up at his house in Scarsdale and just working around the clock, just working. Then all of a sudden, there's a Bad Boy.
so I think because the first, I mean, the first one of the first things we see you on was on Total Can't You See? But were you work? Did you work with anything that came out before that track?
I worked on Usher's first album. Usher was 15.
Oh, that's his best album, and people kind of missed. I mean, people might say Confessions, but I think his debut album was his best album. Just I love Smile Again. I love, yeah, that's my favorite Usher album. Oh goodness, yeah, yeah, we did a top 10 Usher, and pretty much all the tracks were just amazing. God, I can hear Faith Evans in the background in Smile Again. So that was the first one. Okay. What was that like then? Did you think? What did you, I mean? You must have thought, "What's this like? Well, how are we going to work on this small kid?" And he's singing these older songs.
This kid, like Usher he was the oldest 14, 15-year old. He was the oldest 14, 15-year old that I met that had the biggest hands. And uh, yeah, he had some giant hands. I'll never forget him. And he was very, in the studio, he was very mature. He was very easy to produce. Like even having him go back and forth and around doing the parts right. He worked. He was a good 15-year-old.
Tell Me What You Want to Do, Phyllis Harmon. That was a track.
Yeah, who? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I need
Thanks,
to
Akin.
Kim. We need help with this kind of stuff right here. You watching? Um,
Okay.
tell me what you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Akin. So, yeah, so, but the, how, I know you did Smile Again. Was there any other one that you did? Uh,
I did some overdubs on that record. Can't remember
okay.
which ones they are. But Smile Again. Well, that was uh that was an experience Puff and I had. That was when I knew that things was going to take off because we was on our way to Atlanta and worked at Dallas Austin studio
Wow.
on Smile Again. Yeah.
Yeah, let me try. Yeah, I just loved. I mean, as I said, people might be. Yeah, so Faith did some. Did you meet Dave Hollister at that point? Then.
Yep. I met Dave Hollister. Um, that was my actually I think I had met Dave before through Glenn Jones because Glenn Jones they were good. They were good buddies.
Okay. Yeah. And then you also did Crazy.
Crazy.
So that was written by Brian Alexander Morgan, but you did production um with Brian and Puff. I'm crazy, so crazy on the Usher album.
I did.
You don't do you remember the
Oh,
track?
I can't remember that, man. Like I'm listen, y'all
Yeah.
y'all gotta excuse me, all right. Y'all.
Yeah, that's fine. But it's one of the it's yeah. So Brian penned it, but you co-produced it with Puff and well with Brian and stuff. But so you did it. That was the two tracks that you did.